Dear students, welcome to the science class. In the last class, we discussed about the nutrition in plants topic and nothing but we discussed about the autotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition in plants. What is autotrophic nutrition in plants means that is nothing but plants are going to prepare their own food. Plants are going to synthesize their own food by themselves. Right? That process of preparing the food by themselves is nothing but photosynthesis. We discussed about the photosynthesis in the last class. What are the raw materials for the photosynthesis? From where does those raw materials are going to get into the plant? From which part of the plant the raw materials are going to getting inside the plants? How the plants are going to prepare their food? Where they are going to prepare their food? We have discussed in the last class. That is nothing but they are going to prepare their food on the leaves. On the leaves there is a pigment known as chlorophyll which is going to absorb the sunlight which is coming from the sun. In the same manner they are going to absorb water which is present in the soil by through roots. Those absorption of the water from the roots is going to pass to the leaves by the means of the vessels which are present in the roots, which are present on the stem as well as which are present on the in the leaves. Due to the continuous passage of those vessels, water is going to get into the leaves. Sunlight is coming from the sun, which is absorbed by the chlorophyll, which is present in the leaves as a green pigment, which is responsible for the green color of those plants. In the same manner, when water enters into the guard cells, which is present in the leaves, as stomata opens. When stomata opens, the carbon dioxide which is present in the atmosphere is going to get inside the leaves, Then leaves are going to utilize the sunlight, carbon dioxide as well as water to produce their food. That is nothing but it is going to produce the carbohydrate. Along with that they are going to produce the oxygen also. These things we have discussed in the last class by using the diagrams as well as we use the flow chart. Right, in the examination you have to write the notes only, points only, but by using the flow chart it is easily to understand those things, that from where does which raw material is coming and where does it is entering, how the photosynthesis process is happening. Now today's class we are going to discuss about the products of the photosynthesis. Again we have discussed about the products of the photosynthesis, importance of the photosynthesis. In the same manner we are going to discuss about the why sun is the ultimate source for the photosynthesis or ultimate source for every energy. In the same manner we are going to discuss different concepts, different topics in today's class. That first concept or first topic is nothing but which is the product of the photosynthesis. If you remember the last class, at the last I written an equation that is nothing but carbon dioxide plus water in presence of sunlight, they are going to give what? They are going to give carbohydrate. Plus oxygen. In the last class, this is the equation for the photosynthesis. That is nothing but carbon dioxide plus water in presence of sunlight are going to produce the carbohydrate and the oxygen. In presence of chlorophyll also. Without the presence of the chlorophyll, it doesn't possible to. It is going to produce any food. Right? And see this carbon dioxide plus water which is going to carbohydrate and oxygen. This carbohydrate which they are going to produce is nothing but the glucose in the form of the glucose. The main product of the photosynthesis is nothing but glucose. It is a simple carbohydrate comes in the group of the carbohydrate. So that we can say that carbon dioxide plus rays of sunlight and chlorophyll are going to produce the glucose. They are going to produce the glucose along with the oxygen gas. Glucose is the ultimate product which is produced by this phenomena. Glucose is the ultimate product which is produced by the photosynthesis. Whatever the food they are going to make, it is the glucose. Glucose is the combination of, it is made up of the carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. It is made up of the carbon, hydrogen and oxygen which are present in the carbon dioxide as well as water. They are going to break down and going to merge together in presence of the sunlight. So the ultimate product of this photosynthesis is glucose along with that oxygen. Again, the excess amount of production of the glucose, they are going to continuously produce the glucose as their food, their product. They are going to continuously produce their product up to from sunrise to the sunset. They are continuously going to produce that product. The amount of the product is going to get increased. After the getting increased, then this product can be stored as in the form of the starch. This glucose, the excess amount of that glucose is going to get converted into starch. It is going to get converted into starch and it is going to get stored in the form of the starch on the leaf. It is going to store on the form of the starch on the leaf. In the form of the starch. The end product is glucose which is going to convert it into starch. If you remember the 6th standard class, food components of the food, if you remember there is a test for the carbohydrate. That test for the carbohydrate is nothing but for test for the starch only. It is the test for the starch only. Starch is nothing but it is a complex carbohydrate. It is a complex carbohydrate which is made by the simple carbohydrate, that is nothing but glucose. Glucose combined together to produce this starch, which is stored on the leaves for the purpose of the energy purpose of the plant. It can be used in the further processes. That is nothing but the production of the food is going to happen in the daytime only. At night time, the plants are going to utilize the starch. At the night time, the plants are going to utilize the starch for the purpose of the energy, for the purpose of the growth. So that starch will be produced on the leaves. It is going to store on the leaves. Right. These are the products which are going to come by the photosynthesis. That is nothing but carbohydrate in the form of the glucose, which is going to convert it into the starch, and it is going to be stored. Right. And someone asked, some of your friends or some of your teachers asked, how do you came to know that the plants are going to produce glucose which is stored in the form of the starch? How you are going to find out those things? If someone asks that, how you are going to produce the starch? How the plants actually producing the starch or any other product? Either they are going to produce the starch only or they are going to produce any other product. Is it the product which are produced by the plants is the starch, or it is a carbohydrate? For that we are going to test for the starch. If you remember the 6th standard class, there is a test for the starch. That is nothing but the product which is produced by the plants in starch. To check those things, we are going to test for the starch by using the iodine test. Iodine test, when we do the iodine test on the leaves of that plant, when we check the leaves of that plant, when we check the iodine test, if the color of that plant of that leaf changes, then we can say that the presence of the starch on that leaf. So that iodine test is nothing but we are going to put the iodine solution. On the plant leaf. When you check for the color, there is a change in the color of that plant leaf. from green to from green to black leaf. The color of the plant leaf, that is nothing but green. When we add the iodine solution, it is going to change into black blue color. If there is a black blue color change, we can say that presence of the starch in that leaf. If there is a presence of the starch in that leaf, that means they are going to, the plants are producing their food in the form of the glucose. By this means we can check the end products of the photosynthesis. End products of the photosynthesis. Right. Up to that point, we discussed that all the plants which is having the green colored leaves are going to produce what? They are going to produce the food. If we check the variety of plants, in those plants, some of the plants are not having the green colored leaves. Some of the plants are not having the green colored leaves. For example, some plants are having the red colored leaves. Some plants having the red colored leaves. In the same manner, some plants are having different types of colors. When you check your textbook, there is a different types of colors of the plants are given. Leaves of those plants are given. That means are they going to produce the food or not? Is there is a possibility that they are going to have a process known as photosynthesis? Is it a possibility that they are going to produce the food in the different color of plants? Yes, they are going to produce the food in the different color of plants also. Right. Not only the green colored pigment is useful for the production of the plant food in the plants, but different colored plants, different colored leaves also, different colored leaves of the plants, different colored leaves of the plants are also produce the food. Produce the food by means of photosynthesis. By means of photosynthesis, that nothing but if a plant having a different colored leaves, in that case also the photosynthesis process is going to happen. That means they are going to produce the food. That means they are going to produce the food. In the same manner, when you check the water bodies, the water body and the water that is stored in a body, that is nothing but if you take the pool, if you take the well, if you take the example of tanks, there is a greenish surface will be formed on those stored water. Greenish surface will be formed. That greenish surface is nothing but which contains the chlorophyll. And it is a type of plant which are known as algae. Algae are nothing but the green growth, which is formed on the water bodies. Is known as algae. Whenever you check any water body, whenever some rainy season comes, on a surface with a greenish colored water body, in a greenish colored growth takes place. That greenish colored growth is nothing but it is the algae. In general, kapi mass, we say that in Kannada kapi mass on a water bodies, in a container of ponds, in a container of water that is nothing but pond or wells, or you can take the example of the tanks. That greenish growth is nothing but it is also type of plant. It is different type of plant that is nothing but algae. Those are nothing but algae. Those also contain the chlorophyll. By those means, chlorophyll means they are going to produce their food. I hope this is clear all about how the byproduct or what are the products of the photosynthesis, how they are going to be checked, and what are the different colored plants are going to different colored leaves of the plants are going to do, are they are going to produce the photosynthesis products. Yes, they are going to produce the photosynthesis product. And the greenish growth which are present on the water bodies on the surfaces of the ground are nothing but those are the algae, and they are also going to produce their food by the means of the photosynthesis. Next, we are going to see that sun is the ultimate source of energy for all the living organisms. Up to this point, we discussed about how the photosynthesis is going to occur. How the photosynthesis is going to produce the different types of products. Those products are nothing but the carbohydrate, that is nothing but glucose, which is stored in the form of the starch. Right? As well as we discussed about how to check the presence of the starch by using the iodine test. When the color of that starch is going to get, the leaf is going to get changed into black blue color, then we can say that the presence of the starch. Next, we are going to discuss about the sun. We are going to discuss about the sun. Sun is the ultimate source of the energy for all the living organisms. How it is the ultimate source for all the living organisms? If you remember that the production of the food of the plants, what are required? Carbon dioxide. Go next, water. Third condition, it is nothing but the sunlight. That is nothing but the sunlight. That is nothing but solar energy. That is nothing but solar energy. Solar energy is also required by the plants for the production of their food. By using their solar energy, plants are going to do the photosynthesis process. If they are going to do the photosynthesis process, that means they are getting energy, they are getting grown. If they are grown, that means they are going to produce what? They are going to produce flowers, right? They are going to produce fruits, they are going to produce vegetables, right? For the growth purpose, they should produce their food. That food should be produced by the utilization of the solar energy which is coming from the sun. That fruits, that vegetables, those things which are produced by the plants are going to utilize by what? They are going to utilize by the living organisms. Those are nothing but human beings, animals, birds, and some cases insects. If you take the flowers, the nectar which is coming from the flower, which are going to be used by the insects or bees, right? Those are dependent on what? Those are dependent on the products of the plants. That is nothing but leaves, that is nothing but flowers, fruits, seeds, all are dependent on that things. How those things are producing? Those things are producing by the development of the plant. How the development of the plant is happening? By the utilization of the products which are produced by the photosynthesis. How does the photosynthesis occurring? Photosynthesis is occurring by the means of the solar energy. How, from where the solar energy is coming? It is coming from the sun. That is nothing but ultimately all the living organisms are dependent on the sun only. Are dependent on the sun only. When you take a flowchart here, when you see here, sun is going to produce energy to the what? It is going to produce the energy to the plant for the production of the product, that is nothing but photosynthesis. Right? If the plant develops using the product of the photosynthesis, plant develops, it becomes bigger. It is going to produce the seeds, it is going to produce the flowers, it is going to produce the flowers, and as well it is going to produce the fruits, it is going to produce the leaves, it is going to produce the vegetables. All of things are utilized by what? Are utilized by the animal beings. Animal beings or birds are parasitic animals. Or human beings. All of things are utilized by the animals, birds, human beings, parasitic animals. Right? If they are utilizing these products are produced by the plants. Plants, when does it producing? By the means of the photosynthesis. If the photosynthesis happens, they are getting developed. When they develop, these type of products will be produced. Those are things to be utilized by these things. If sun is not present, the solar energy of the sun is not present, what will happen? Solar energy of the sun is not present, what will happen? Sun is not there, sun is not ultimately not there, what will happen? Photosynthesis is going to occur, the presence of the photosynthesis is going to, there will be no photosynthesis. If there is no photosynthesis, there will be no development of the plant. That means there will be no development of the plant, there will be no plant will be present. If there is no plant, no seeds, no vegetables, no flowers, no fruits, no leaves, nothing will be present there. If nothing will be present, how these animals, human beings, birds and parasitic animals are going to be developed? Dependent on these things, which are dependent on these things. If they are not producing these things, they may be present. No, there is no chance of the presence or survival of the animal, birds and parasitic animals and human beings without the presence of these atoms. If these atoms are not present, they are not maybe present. All are dependent on these atoms. These are produced by the plants, which is dependent on the photosynthesis, which is coming from the sun, solar energy of the sun. Due to that, everything is interlinked. So that all the living organisms are linked with the sun. All the living organisms are linked with the sun. That is nothing but the solar energy which is coming from the sun. Right? Production of these things is important. Is this? If this is not present, that means these are also going to be go away. Their survival of these things will be not there. So that ultimately they are linked with the sun. Because of that, we can say that sun is the ultimate source of the energy for all the living organisms. All the living organisms, is both are all are interlinked with each other. All are interlinked with each other. In the same manner, if you remember the products produced by the photosynthesis process, that is nothing but they are going to produce one carbohydrate. Another thing they are going to produce what? They are going to produce oxygen. They are going to produce oxygen. Byproduct of the photosynthesis is nothing but another thing is oxygen. Now what is the purpose of the oxygen? Oxygen gas can be utilized for the purpose of respiration in case of animal beings, in case of human beings. Right? We are going to use the another byproduct which is coming from the photosynthesis, that is nothing but oxygen gas. That is nothing but oxygen gas. Oxygen gas is useful for the respiration for the all the living organisms, which is utilized by the all the living organisms as the respiration. We are going to inhale the oxygen which is coming from the all around from the plant. Where does it produce? It is produced by the process of photosynthesis. It is produced by the process of the photosynthesis. When does photosynthesis occurring? Due to the sunlight. Due to the sunlight. When the sun produces the solar energy, photosynthesis occurs. By this means we are going to get the oxygen gas for the purpose of the respiration. So that without solar energy, these things are going to happen? No. If because of the solar energy these things are happening, these things are very much important for all the living organisms. We can say that sun is the ultimate source of the energy for all the living organisms. All the living organisms. Because of the solar energy, photosynthesis is happening. Because of the photosynthesis, required elements which are required by the animal beings are coming. If they are coming, that means we can say they are the ultimate source for the energy for all the living organisms. Is what? It is sun. So that we can say that solar energy, by solar energy, plants performing what? They are performing photosynthesis. By this photosynthesis, required elements by living organisms are produced. Required elements by living organisms are produced. Those are nothing but like that. Living organisms are produced. As well as oxygen. Oxygen is also utilized. is also utilized by the living organisms. Is also utilized by the living organisms. Also utilized by the living organisms. So by this condition we can say that all the living organisms are interlinked with the solar energy. That is nothing but sun is the ultimate source for the energy for the all the living organisms. Right. In the next class we are going to discuss further about the different types of food which is going to produced by the plants, and in the same manner we are going to check about the heterotropic nutrition in the plants. Up to that point I hope this much is clear in the today's class. In the next class we are going to discuss those things. Up to that point, take care, stay well, thank you.